Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I would like to welcome everybody who have joined our regional Holy Qur'an Symposium. I'm grateful to all those who are attending. May Allah bless you all. We start the event with Tilawat, and I request Noor Sheikh Saab to deliver Tilawat and translation.
Assalamu alaikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر. سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. Translation. In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. If we had sent down this Quran on a mountain, thou wouldst certainly have seen it humbled and rent asunder for fear of Allah. And these are similitudes that we set forth for mankind, that they may reflect. He is Allah, and there is no God beside him, the knower of the unseen and the seen. He is the Gracious, the Merciful. He is Allah, and there is no God beside him, the Sovereign, the Holy One, the Source of Peace, the Bestower of Security, the Protector, the Mighty, the Subduer, the Exalted. Holy is Allah, far above that which they associate with him. He is Allah, the Creator, the Maker, the Fashioner. His are the most beautiful names. All that is in the heavens and the earth glorifies him, and he is the Mighty, the Wise.
Jazakallah. Can I now request Mudassir Ahmed Tahir Saab to deliver Nazm?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Manzoom Kalam Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wassalam. नूरे फुरकान है जो सब नूरों से अजला निकला पाक वो जिससे ये अनवार का दरिया نکلا نور فرقان ہے جو سب نوروں سے اجلا نکلا حق کی توحید کا مرجا ہی چلا تھا پودا حق کی توحید کا مرجا ہی چلا تھا پودا ناگہاں غیب سے یہ چشمہ اصفا نکلا ناگہاں غیب سے یہ چشمہ اصفا نکلا یا الہی تیرا فرقان ہے کہ ایک عالم ہے یا الہی تیرا فرقان ہے کہ ایک عالم ہے جو ضروری تھا جو ضروری تھا وہ سب اس میں مہیا نکلا جو ضروری تھا وہ سب اس میں مہیا نکلا نور فرقان ہے جو سب نوروں سے اجلا نکلا کس اس نور کی ممکن ہو جہاں میں تشبیہ کس اس نور کی ممکن ہو جہاں میں تشبیہ وہ تو ہر بات میں وہ تو ہر بات میں ہر وصف میں یکتا نکلا پہلے سمجھے تھے کہ موسیٰ کا عصا ہے فرقان پہلے سمجھے تھے کہ موسیٰ کا عصا ہے فرقان پھر جو سوچا تو हर एक लफ्ज़ मसीहा निकला, फिर जो सोचा तो हर एक लफ्ज़ मसीहा निकला। नूरे फुरकान है जो, नूरे फुरकान है जो सब नूरों से अजला निकला। पाक वो जिससे ये अनवार का दरिया निकला।
Okay, Jazakallah, very nicely done. Okay, since many more people have joined when we started the meeting, I'd like to welcome everybody again to our Holy Quran Symposium organized by Hafiz Fazl Rabbi Saab and his team. Hafiz Fazl Rabbi Saab is our National Secretary for Talimul-Quran and Waqf-e-Arzi. The Talimul-Quran and Waqf-e-Arzi team have been holding the symposium at the regional level, and today it's our turn, the Baitul Futuh region. A key responsibility of parents is to ensure that their children are taught to read the Holy Quran properly and that they continue to read it daily. So parents should pay particular attention in the information given out today and ensure that they use it to teach their children the Holy Quran. I'm sure that I don't need to tell everybody the importance of learning the Holy Quran and reciting it daily in a melodious voice. It is important that all members of the family, young and old, listen carefully to the information and instructions given today. We have experts in this field of teaching the Holy Quran present, and they will cover a number of key topics. I am certain that all of us, young and old, will learn a lot today by paying attention and listening attentively. As you know, it's a great blessing to teach the Holy Quran to others. So please, I ask all members to pray for Hafiz Fazl Rabbi Saab and his team and wish them every success in the work they're doing. Jazakallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mueed Hamed and I am Naib Secretary Talimul-Quran UK. And the presentation that I'm going to present to you is on the topic of path to success and prosperity. So first, a few words about the topic. Whenever we hear adhan or we hear takbir, there is a verse, Hayya ala salah, Hayya ala al-falah. So this presentation topic is derived from that. Namaz or Salat is a path to success and prosperity. With me, this presentation would be presented by my colleague and my teacher as well, Rafi Ahmad Shah Nawaz Sahib. This presentation is in 3 languages, English, Arabic, and Urdu. In this presentation, we'll be discussing Salat as a pinnacle of faith. We will also discuss importance of correct pronunciation. And we will take examples of some of the most mispronounced words in Salat, which we often make mistakes in, and how to pronounce them correctly. As we all know that Salat is among the 5 pillars of Islam: Kalima, prayer, fasting, Zakat, and Hajj. In the Holy Quran, chapter 29, verse 46, Allah Ta'ala says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, most gracious, ever merciful. Wa aqim as-salah, and observe prayer. Inna as-salata tanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Surely prayer restrains one from indecency and manifest evil. Wa la zikrullahi akbar. And remembrance of Allah indeed is the greatest virtue. In our 5 daily prayers, we recite Arabic words of Salat, and we also recite some portions of the Holy Quran. Today's presentation is covering how to pronounce those Arabic words of Salat correctly and those portions from the Holy Quran correctly, and why. And why it is so important to pronounce them correctly, and what impact it will have if we fail to do so. There are 3 basic rules for correct pronunciation. First rule is give each letter its due right. Second is prolonging or shortening each letter according to the strokes and signs. And the third basic rule is pronouncing each letter according to their attributes. Of course, there are so many other rules which originate from these rules, but if we learn these 3 basic rules today, I am sure that we'll be all improving our recitation quite a lot. When we say giving each letter its due right, the first mistake we often make is changing one letter from another letter. For example, in ta'awwudh, instead of a'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim, if we say a'udhu billah, we are not pronouncing ayn, which has its own right, and it will have an impact on the word. So a'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim would be the correct pronunciation. A'udhu billah would not be. Similarly, in Surah Al-Fatiha, there are a number of times the word ayn, the harf ayn, is used. For example, in an'amta alayhim. If we say an'amta alayhim, we are not pronouncing ayn. So that's what we mean when we say changing one letter to another. If we change ayn to alif, it will change the word or sometimes the meanings. Similarly, in Surah Al-Fatiha, Iyaka na'budu. If we say Iyaka na'budu, we are not pronouncing ayn as its due right. So that's the first common mistake that we make. Similarly, when we say giving each letter its due right, another mistake we commonly make is changing signs on a letter with another sign. From here, from signs we may mean harakat, which are on all the words of Arabic, fatha, kasra, and dhamma. In Urdu, we call them zair, zabar, and pesh. So each of these has its own sound, and we will learn basic rules of how those sounds are made. In the verse of in Surah Al-Fatiha, Sirat al-lazina an'amta alayhim, an'amta has a fatha, ta has a fatha. If we change that fatha to a dhamma by mistake, and we say an'amtu, an'amta means you blessed, and an'amtu means I blessed. So the meaning of the entire verse will change. The meaning of the verse is the path of those on whom thou hast blessed thy blessings. And you can well imagine if we say an'amtu, it will make kalma kufr, that I bless all those. So that is the impact of pronouncing it wrongly. Similarly, prolonging or shortening each letter according to the signs and strokes. If there is a fatha, it has 1 second rule. If it is fatha ishbaiya or khadi zabar, it has 2 second rule. So if, for example, in zalikal kitabu la rayba fihi, we say la rayba fihi, it will again make it a kalma kufr, because la rayba fihi means ye wo kitab hai, isme koi shak nahi, la rayba fihi. This is a perfect book, there is no doubt in it. And la rayba means there is surely a doubt. Isme zarur shak hai. So you can well imagine that if by mistake we wrongly pronounce it, it will make it a kalma kufr. Pronouncing each letter according to their attributes. There are some similar sounding letters in Arabic, like kaf and qaf. The qaf with two dots on it is a thick letter, and kaf with a kash on it is a thin letter. For example, taking care of thick and heavy sounding letters, if we don't take due care, it will change the meanings. Kul means eat, and qul means say. So in the verse, Qul huwallahu ahad, say he is Allah, the one. And if we say kul, it will mean eat. So again, you can well imagine the impact it has. So now let's go through a summary of some of the rules of tajweed, which we all should know in order to improve our recitation. Total 29 Arabic alphabets in which we read in the Holy Quran and Arabic text. Out of those, 7 are heavy sounding letters or thick letters. And there are 19 letters which are thin sounding letters. And there are 3 letters which are conditionally heavy sounding letters. Thick letters are kha, thod, dod, ta, dha, ghain, and qaf. And thin letters, which are conditionally thick letters, are alif, lam, and ra. Remember, lam ul jalala, which is in the word Allah, is the letter lam is a divine word for Allah. It's always pronounced with thick or heavy sound if preceded with a letter carrying fatha or dhamma. And it is pronounced with light sound or thin sound if preceded with a letter kasra. For example, in Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, it is preceded with kasra. And in Allahu Akbar. So Bismillah and Allahu Akbar is the difference that we need to learn. Thin sound and thick sound. Then there comes harakat, vowels. Harakat are short vowels. Fatha, kasra, and dhamma, as I've mentioned earlier. Fatha is zabar, kasra is zair, and dhamma is pesh, is 1 second. Any letter carrying fatha, kasra, and dhamma are pronounced for 1 second only. For example, in b, if there is fatha, it's ba, bi, bu. So this is 1 second rule. Similarly, signs of long vowels. Vertical fatha, which we call khadi zabar in Urdu. Vertical kasra, which we call khadi zair in Urdu. And inverse dhamma, which we say ulti pesh in Urdu, has 2 second rules. B will become ba, B will become bi, and bu will become bu. Long vowels, huruf al-madda. In Arabic, there are 3 letters, alif, vaw, and ya, which are called letters of elongation, which means that when they come in some words, it will elongate the sound for 2 seconds. Alif, for example, if preceded with a letter carrying fatha, will increase the b sound to ba sound, 2 seconds. For example, vaw, if preceded with dhamma, oo sound, it will elongate the oo sound to 2 seconds. Boo. Similarly, ya, if preceded with a letter carrying kasra, e sound will elongate the e sound to 2 seconds. For example, bi. Al-huruf al-lin. In Arabic, there are 2 huruf, 2 letters, ya and vaw, which are called huruf al-lin. They're also called gliding vowels. Lean means to ease or to soften. Huruful lean are pronounced very softly for about 2 seconds. For example, in Yawmiddin, if we say Yawmiddin, it will not be correct. It will produce a gliding sound. And the rule is letter Ya and Vaw with sukoon sign and preceding letter carries a fatha sign, a zabar. So in Yawmiddin, Vaw is preceded with Ya with a fatha. So Yawmiddin is correct and Yawmiddin would not be correct. Similarly, Alayhim is the correct pronunciation. Alayhim will not be the correct pronunciation. So in Huruful Lean, we need to know how the gliding sound is produced. Then comes Tashdid, stressing. Mushaddad means hardening. And this letter should be stressed appropriately in the pronunciation. A letter carrying tashdid sign is called a mushaddad letter, and it helps to join with previous vowel letter. In Arabic writing system, a letter with shadda sign means this letter is written twice in succession, first with sukoon sign and other with an other vowel or harakat. For example, in Rabbi, if we say Rabbi, it will not be correct. Rabbi. There are two sounds joining together to make it a mushaddad. Rabbi. Then comes small madda and big madda. In Urdu, we call them choti mad and badi mad. Small madda is prolonged for 3 to 5 seconds, and big mad is prolonged for 4 to 6 seconds. For example, small mad in this word, bima unzila. So in the second example, waladdallin, we will learn why this sound was more than 6 seconds because of the joining of lam in the coming slides. So this is the rule for small madda and big madda, in which 3 second to 5 second rule and 4 to 6 second rule is applied. Now, just to recap and to summarize, prolonging or shortening each letter according to the rules. Ba, 1 second. Ba, 2 seconds. Ba, 3 to 5 seconds. Ba, 4 to 6 seconds. Some letters are recited for only 1 second, some are for 2 seconds long, some for 3 to 5 seconds long, whereas some letters are recited for 4 to 6 seconds. Always remember that this depends on the lehan or the mode you are using for recitation. For example, in Qur'an al-Fajr, if in the morning you are reciting Holy Quran by yourself, you are reciting it in speed. So the tempo is quite fast, so that 1 second rule will be there. Similarly, if you are reciting in front of people on stage, then this rule will increase that 1 second of 3 seconds to 4 to 5 seconds, or 4 seconds to 4 to 6 seconds. So that is something to be learned. Now, let's take a few examples from the namaz or salat, and we will see that how these rules apply on those words, and how we mispronounce by mistake those words and how to pronounce them correctly. This part of the presentation will be done by my colleague Rafi Ahmed Shahnawaz Saab in Urdu.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। अभी आपके सामने मैं इंशाल्लाह ताला वो गलतियां पेश करूंगा जो हमें इल्म नहीं होती, नमाज में हम कर रहे होते हैं इसके तलफ़्फ़ुज़ में। तो इंशाल्लाह चलते हैं। सबसे पहला आपके सामने है अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम, बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। सबसे पहले अल्लाहु अकबर। एक तो जब अल्लाह का नाम होगा तो हमेशा लाम पर जो तशदीद है और उससे पहले हमेशा जब फतह हो, जब दम्मा हो, पेश या ज़बर हो, تو پر کر کے پڑھا جائے گا اللہ. اس کے بعد اک یہاں پر کلکا نہ ہو, یہ باریک حرف ہے, اور اکبر یہ بھی غلط ہے, اللہ اکبر. اب اس کے بعد ہے سبحانک اللہم, تو یہاں بھی لام پر کھڑی زبر ہے تشدید کے ساتھ, تو سبحانک اللہم نہیں ہوگا, سبحانک اللہم. تو میم پر جب بھی تشدید ہوگی تو 2 سیکنڈ گنا کے ساتھ پڑھا جائے گا اسے. آگے ہے نیکسٹ. عام طور پہ جب بچپن میں ہم سے وطا بارہ قسموں کا وطا جدوں کا, تو یہ اس کا تلفظ غلط ہے, وطا بارہ قسموں کا, تو یعنی وطا بارہ نہیں ہے, کیونکہ وا تا بارہ کا, وطا بارہ کا. اس کے بعد آگے چلتے ہیں. تو یہ بھی وطا جدوں کا نہیں, وطا عین کے اوپر فتح ہے, زبر ہے, 7 الف ہے, تو 2 سیکنڈ اس کی آواز لمبی کر کے پھر لام پر کھڑی زبر ہے, اس کی بھی آواز 2 سیکنڈ لمبی ہوگی, فتعالی جد کا. آگے چلتے ہیں. اس کے بعد ہے ولا الہ, تو یہ ولا الہ نہیں ہوگا, ولا 7 الف ہے, 7 چھوٹی مد ہے, 3 سے 4 سیکنڈ آواز لمبی ہوتی ہے, چھوٹی مد ہو تو ولا الہ, یعنی ولائی اس کو گھما کے نیچے نہیں لانا, بلکہ ولا علیحدہ ساؤنڈ ہے, ای نیچے کی طرف سے آواز ہے, الہ ولا الہ. اس کے بعد الحمد. قرآن کریم میں یا نماز میں جہاں بھی لام پر جزم ہوگی, کبھی بھی اس آواز کو لمبا نہیں کرنا, اس پہ ٹھہرنا نہیں, یعنی کہیں بھی نہیں, کسی جگہ بھی نہیں ہوگا. اس کے بعد ہم, تو میم کی آواز لمبی کرنے کی شرائط ہیں 2, کہ میم پر یا تو تشدید ہو, پھر 2 سیکنڈ آواز گننا کے ساتھ لمبی ہوتی ہے, یا میم کے اوپر جزم ہو, اس کے بعد لیٹر ہو با, تو پھر ہم میم کی آواز کو لمبا کرتے ہیں, ورنہ میم ساکن یعنی میم پر جزم کبھی بھی آواز لمبی نہیں ہوگی. الحمد, الحمد. آگے ہم چلتے ہیں. مالکی, میم پر کھڑی زبر ہے, تو اس کی آواز ہم 2 سیکنڈ لمبی کریں گے, اور لی کی, مالکی نہیں ہوگا, نہ یہ مالکی, یعنی ما کے بعد 2 سیکنڈ, لی 1 سیکنڈ, اور کی مالکی. اس کے بعد آگے ہے آپ سامنے یاؤ. ابھی جیسا کہ بتایا گیا انگلش میں بھی کہ یہ حروف لین ہے, تو یہ سیدھا یاؤ نہیں پڑھا جائے گا, واؤ پر جزم ہو, اور اس سے پہلے حرف پر جب بھی زبر ہوگی, فتح ہوگی, تو ہمیشہ نرمی کے ساتھ یاؤ. اسی طرح اگر کسی حرف پر زبر ہے اور آگے یا پر جزم ہے, تو وہ بھی ایسے ہی نرمی کے ساتھ ادائیگی اس کی ہوگی, تو یوم الدین یہ ہوگا اس کا تلفظ. آگے ہے, تو بعض دفعہ جلدی میں جب ہم نماز پڑھتے ہیں تو ایاک نعبد و ایاک نستعین, تو یہ ہے ایاک, ای پہلا اس کا ایکشن ہے, دوسرا یا, ایاک, کیونکہ یا پر تشدید ہے. تو ویسے بھی یہ حکم ہے کہ جب آپ نماز پڑھیں تو آپ کو یہ یقین ہو کہ آپ خدا کو دیکھ رہے ہیں, لیکن اگر یہ نہیں ہو سکتا تو کم از کم یہ ضرور یقین ہو کہ آپ کو خدا دیکھ رہا ہے, اور خدا کا کلام یا عربی جو الفاظ ہیں وہ کس طرح خوبصورتی کے ساتھ ٹھہر ٹھہر کے سمجھ کے ہم نے ادا کرنے ہیں. تو یہ ہوگا ایاک. اس کے بعد آگے ہے نعبد. یہاں عام طور پر 2 غلطیاں ہوتی ہیں, ایک تو آئین کو حمزہ میں تبدیل کر دیتے نعبد, یا نعبد دو کی آواز کو لمبی کر دیا جاتا ہے, یا نعبد. تو یہ سارے تلفظ غلط ہیں. تلفظ ہوگا نا, پہلا ساؤنڈ نا بو دو, نا بدو. تو آگے چلتے ہیں. اس کے بعد ہے یہاں جو غلطی ہوتی ہے عام طور پہ اہدے, تو یہ اہدے نہیں ہے. ہا پر جو سکون کی علامت ہے جزم ہے, ہا اپنی جگہ سے ہلے نہیں. جب الف کے ساتھ ملا کے پڑھیں گے تو ہا کو اپنی جگہ سے ہلنا نہیں چاہیے, سوائے اس کے کہ حروف کلکلہ جو ہیں قاف, طا, با, جیم, دال, ان پر جزم ہوتی ہے تو ان پر آواز وائبریٹ کرتی, جرکنگ ساؤنڈ ہوتا ہے, ورنہ کوئی اور ان 5 حروف کے علاوہ اپنی جگہ سے حرکت نہ کرے تو یہ ہوگا تلفظ اہدی. اہدی، دی کی آواز بھی شارٹ ہوگی 1 سیکنڈ. اہدی. آگے چلتے ہیں. انعمتا، تو یہ نون ساکن یہاں پر اظہار کا رول اپلائی ہو رہا ہے کیونکہ نون ساکن کے بعد آئین ہے، اور آئین جو حروف حلقیہ ہیں الف حمزہ ہا خا آئین وائن، تو جب بھی نون ساکن یا تنوین کے بعد اگلا حرف ان حروف حلقیہ میں سے ہوگا تو ان نون ساکن یا تنوین پر آواز 1 سیکنڈ کے لیے ہوگی. ان امتا، ابھی جیسے کہ میم کے متعلق بھی عرض کیا، ام کی آواز لمبی نہیں ہوگی. اور ان امتا، یا اگر ہم کسی بھی حرکت کو چینج کر دیں گے تب بھی معنی چینج ہو جائیں گے، اس لیے بڑی احتیاط کے ساتھ ان امتا. آگے ہے جو غلطی جہاں ہوتی ہے وہ یہ ہے وَلَضَّالِّينَ، یعنی وَلَضَّا علیحدہ پڑھا جاتا ہے اور لین کو علیحدہ پڑھا جاتا ہے. حالانکہ آپ کے سامنے دیکھ سکتے ہیں کہ لام پر تشدید ہے تو پہلے تو ضاد کو پر کر کے پڑھا جائے گا، اس کے اوپر مد ہے، بڑی مد ہے، مد کبیرہ، اور اس کے بعد لام پر تشدید ہے اور ضاد پر بھی. تو پہلے ضاد کو سٹریس دیں گے لام کے ساتھ اور آواز لمبی ہوگی 4 سے 6 سیکنڈ لمبی، پھر سارا لوڈ آئے گا لام پر. جیسے آپ سمجھے کہ لام تک آپ نے پورا پڑھنا ہے، وَلَضَّالِّ، جب لام تک آ گئے تو لام کو پھر سٹریس دے کے اس کی آواز نکالیں گے ساؤنڈ، وَلَضَّالِّينَ. تو یہ ہے اس کا صحیح تلفظ. آگے چلتے ہیں. یہاں پر عام طور پہ ہم جب تلاوت کرتے ہیں اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم تو یہ او نہیں ہے، الف پر زبر فتح 1 سیکنڈ، اور آئین پر ہے پیش اور واو پر ہے جزم. تو اگلا ساؤنڈ ہے او، تو او یہ مکس کر کے نہیں پڑھیں گے، اعوذ، تو زو اعوذ، یہ ہے اس کا صحیح تلفظ. اس کے بعد آپ کے سامنے ہے جب ہم تعبد میں اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان، یہ تو کا لفظ یہاں غنہ نہیں ہوگا، من الشیطان، اور یہ شی جو یہاں آپ کے سامنے آ گیا یہ حروف لین میں سے یا پر جزم ہے اور اس سے پہلے شین پر زبر ہے، تو شیطان نہیں ہوگا، شیطان. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان. آگے چلتے ہیں. جب ہم رکوع میں جاتے ہیں تو سبحان ربی العظیم، تو سبحان ربی العظیم، سبحان ربی العظیم، یہ اس کا تلفظ غلط ہے، ربی العظیم، ربی العظیم. تو یہ ہے اس کا صحیح تلفظ. آگے ہے آپ کے سامنے جو حمیدہ، تو یہاں جو اس کا پورا ہے سمیع اللہ لمن حمیدہ، تو اس میں بعض دفعہ 2 غلطیاں دیکھنے میں آتی ہیں. سمیع اللہ لمن حمیدہ، یعنی جہاں سمیع اللہ اللہ کا نام ہے 2 سیکنڈ آواز لمبی کریں گے وہاں آواز چھوٹی کر دی جاتی ہے، اور دہ کو دا، سمیع اللہ لمن حمیدہ، تو یہ غلط ہے، سمیع اللہ لمن حمیدہ. تو یہ ہے اس کا صحیح تلفظ، کیونکہ ہا پر الٹی پیش ہے تو جب وقف ہوگا تو ہا پر ہم اسے سٹاپ کرنے کے لیے، پوز کرنے کے لیے سکون کی علامت لگائیں گے، تو یہ ہوگا حمیدہ. آگے ہے یہ بھی جب نماز میں بعض دفعہ جلدی میں سبحان ربی اللہ، سبحان ربی اللہ، سبحان ربی، تو یہ صحیح نہیں، سبحان ربی الاعلی، یعنی ہر لفظ نکرا ہر ساؤنڈ کلیئر آپ کو بھی سنائی دے، اور ربی الاعلی، سبحان ربی الاعلی. ربی نہیں ہوگا کیونکہ یا پر اپنا ساؤنڈ ہے، تو ربی یا کو لام کے ساتھ ملائیں گے، الاعلی. یہ ہے اس کا صحیح تلفظ. آگے ہے یہاں پر جو عام طور پہ غلطی ہوتی ہے تو التحیاتو، تو یہ التحیاتو نہیں ہے، ایک تو اتا ہا کے نیچے کسرہ ہے، زیر ہے، اتا हिजातो, यानी हयातो भी नहीं है, या हयातो भी नहीं पढ़ेंगे, या पर तशदीद है, या पर स्ट्रेस होगा हा का। अत्ता, यहाँ ता पर तशदीद है, अलिफ के साथ स्ट्रेस देंगे ता पर, फिर हा के साथ स्ट्रेस देंगे या पर, अत्ताहियातु। तो ये है इसका सही तलफ्फुज, अत्ताहियातु। आगे चलते हैं हम। नेक्स्ट है आपके सामने अय्यु अन्नबिय्यु। तो यहाँ अय्युहन्नबिय्यु यानी बी की आवाज लंबी नहीं होगी, क्योंकि जेर की कसरा की आवाज तब लंबी होती है जब उस अगले हर पर या पर जज्म हो, ये शर्त है आवाज लंबी करने की जेर की। तो यहाँ पर तशदीद है, तो नून पर भी तशदीद है, नून पर 2 सेकंड गुना होगा। जब भी नून पर या मीम पर तशदीद हो तो 2 सेकंड गुना के साथ पढ़ा जाता है अय्युहन नबिय्यु, और नबिय्यु भी ना हो, यानी सारी ये तलफ्फुज का ध्यान रखना है। आगे चलते हैं। तो ये है वबरकातुह। तो ये वबरकातुहु नहीं होगा, ये आमतौर पे हम लफ्ज जब एक दूसरे को सलाम करते हैं उसमें भी इस्तेमाल होता है, अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहु। तो ये हा पर जो उल्टी पेश है, जब आखिर पे वक्त होगा तो ये होगा अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहु। आगे चलते हैं। हाँ जी, ये है अस्सलामु अलैना। तो अस्सलामु अलैना नहीं है, ये अस्सलामु अलैना, यानी नून पर फतह है, जबर है, और आगे अलिफ है। 2 सेकंड आवाज लंबी करके पढ़ेंगे अस्सलामु अलैना। तो ये है इसका सही तलफ्फुज। आगे चलते हैं। यहाँ आमतौर पे अशहदो यानी शीन को स्लिप कर देता है अशहदो। तो ये एक सही तलफ्फुज, ये अशहदु, अशहदु, यानी तीनों साउंड क्लियर, एक एक सेकंड अशहदु। उसके बाद जो गलती होती है अन ला इलाहा। तो यहाँ पर क्योंकि ला पर तशदीद है, इसलिए नून साकिन की आवाज बिल्कुल साइलेंट होगी, वो बिल्कुल नहीं बोली जाएगी, साइलेंट है यहाँ नून साकिन। अल्लाह इलाहा, अशहदु अल्लाह इलाहा। और ये आमतौर पे अजान में भी बाद दफा गलती अक्सर सुनी जा सकती है। तो ये सही तलफ्फुज होगा अशहदु अल्लाह इलाहा। उसके बाद आगे है, जब हम दुरूद शरीफ पढ़ते हैं तो हम कहते हैं अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मदिन वाला आले मुहम्मदिन। तो जब वक्त पढ़ते हैं एक तो कहते हैं मुहम्मदिन, एक तो ये गलत है, जब वक्त होगा तो मुहम्मदिन की बजाय होगा मुहम्मद, दाल पर आएगी जज़म, जब पोज करेंगे रुकेंगे। और जब अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मदिन वाला आले नहीं है, ये वाव के बाद आइन पर फतह है, जबर है, और लाम पर खड़ी जबर आगे अला, यानी आइन को तकल्लुफ के साथ अदा करना पड़ेगा। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मदिन व अला आले मुहम्मद। तो ये है इसका सही तलफ्फुज। आगे है बारकता। तो बारकता ना हो, तो बा की आवाज 2 सेकंड लंबी होगी, और रा पर जबर है तो फतह है, पुर करके पढ़ा जाएगा। और काफ पर, क्योंकि काफ बारीक लेटर है, तो काफ पर कलकला ना हो, काफ अपनी जगह से हिले नहीं, बारकता। तो ये है इसका सही तलफ्फुज। आगे आपके सामने है, यहाँ भी आमतौर पे गलती होती है, रब्बी जालनी। तो रब्बी जालनी नहीं है, ये पहला साउंड ही जो इसका बनेगा रब्बिज, यानी रब्बी जालनी, रब्बी अलहदा लफ्ज नहीं है, जीम तक इसका साउंड जाएगा रब्बिज अल नी। तो नी भी छोटा नहीं होगा, शॉर्ट नहीं होगी आवाज, नी 2 सेकंड आवाज लंबी करेंगे, रब्बिज अल नी। तो ये है इसका सही तलफ्फुज। उसके सामने उसके बाद है मुक़ीमस सलाती। तो मुक़ीमुस सलाती नहीं है, मीम पर आमतौर पे बाद दफा पेश पड़ी जाती है। तो मुक़ी की आवाज 2 सेकंड लंबी, और मस्सलाती, मस्वा स्वा को पुर करके पढ़ेंगे, और लाम पर जो खड़ी जबर है वो बारीक आवाज में 2 सेकंड लंबी करेंगे, उसको गोल नहीं करना, यानी मुक़ीमस सलाती नहीं करना, मुक़ीमस सलाती। तो ये है इसका सही तलफ्फुज। आगे है आपके सामने बाद दफा पढ़ते हैं ज़ुर्रियती। तो ज़ुर्रियती नहीं है, ज़ुर्रिय्यती, यानी जाल के साथ स्ट्रेस देंगे रॉ पर और रॉ के साथ स्ट्रेस होगा या पर, क्योंकि रॉ पर भी तशदीद है और या पर भी, और आगे ता के नीचे कसरा है और आगे या पर जज़म है, तो वो 2 सेकंड आवाज लंबी करेंगे। ज़ुर्रिय्यती, ये है इसका सही तलफ़ुज़। आगे आपके सामने है, पहला अगर लफ्ज़ देखा जाए तो रब्बना देखने में है, लेकिन हम आगे जब देखेंगे तो गाइन पर जज़म है, सुकून की अलामत है, तो रब्बना फिर ली होगा, यहाँ भी ली बाद दफा छोटा पड़ जाता है, रब्बना फिर ली, तो रब्बना फिर ली नहीं, रब्बना फिर ली की आवाज लंबी होगी, और रब्बना नहीं होगा, नून को गाइन के साथ जोड़ेंगे, रब्बना फिर ली। इसके बाद आगे है, यहाँ भी आमतौर पर गलती जो होती है, वाले वाले दैया, तो ये वाले दैया नहीं है, वाली दैया, वाली वाली दैया, तो आमतौर पे वाले दैया तो वाव को, दूसरी वाव को शॉर्ट कर देता है, हालांकि आगे अलिफ है, वाली वाली दैया। आगे चलते हैं, यहाँ पर जो अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाह, यानी रा पर फतह है, ज़बर है, तो बाज़ दफ़ा गलती से व रहमतुल्लाह पढ़ जाता है, जो कि गलत है, क्योंकि इससे माने चेंज होते हैं, तो ये होगा अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाह, तो ये है इसका सही तलफ़ुज़। जज़ाकुमुल्लाह अहसन जज़ा।
Jazakumullah, thank you so much, Mueez Saib and Rafi Saib, for a wonderful, very important information, giving us the basic information about the rules. So next is Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Now, second presentation is about the possible errors in reading the text of the Holy Quran, and especially this is these errors or mistakes which are done not to properly understanding the text of the Holy Quran, or I would say the Rasmul Khat, the special writing system of the Holy Quran. So it is very important that we should know the writing system so that we remove those possible errors. So first is joining with nasal sound. On the screen, you can see here, and I can highlight that after the word Gishavatun, there is a za. Okay, this is za, is alamatul waqf, is ramze waqf or alamatul waqf. So Gishavatun and followed by za, which stands for al-waqful mujawwaz, proposed stop. And it gives us this information that either we are allowed to continue, or we need, if we like to stop, we can. So if I take that option to stop, so it will be Ghishavah. This ta will change into ha sakina, and ta, 2 dots will be removed, and dhammatain, these identical stroke will be removed, and only ha with a sukoon will be left out. So the pronunciation will be Ghishavah. But as za is al-waqful mujawwaz, proposed stop, and it gives me an option to continue if I like. So in this case, it will be Gishavatun, and I would be joining with waw. Now in some copies of the Holy Quran, you will find waw with shadda. And in this case, this is Yassarna al-Quran style, this copy of the Holy Quran, where you cannot find waw with a tashdeed, with a shadda. So rule is that here idgham bil gunna or idgham mal gunna will take place. Either you find waw with a shadda or not. The rule is that we will follow the phonetic sounds and the rules of assimilation, because the talaffuz is not basically supersedes these alamat or these harakat or alamat or these facilitating signs. In order, it is for us to, so that we are not committing any mistake. But basically, when the Holy Quran was written down in the beginning, it was followed by the tongue, meaning the recitation, the style in which the recitation was made, and following that recitation or that style or that sound, the Holy Quran was written down. And all these harakat or dots or alamatul waqf, they were introduced in different stages in the writing of the Holy Quran. We may, see that the earliest copies of the Holy Quran, and especially where the poster which was generated for this Baitul Futuh seminar, you can, if you remember, the picture was the earliest copy of the Holy Quran, where there is no any alamatul waqf, no punctuation sign, no harakat was there, no other alamat like a spoon or tashdeed or even dots were not there. So all these were introduced at different stages to facilitate the readers of the Holy Quran. So the point I like to make here, that either you find on waw there is a shadda or not, it will be joined with a nasal sound for 2 seconds, and that is the rule is idgham bil gunna or idgham mal gunna. So the right pronunciation will be ghishavatun walahum. If we say ghishavatun walahum, as waw is separate and ghishavatun noon is producing by tanween, then we will not be applying the rule, which is the part of the recitation, that whenever a noon sakin or tanween comes before a waw mutaharrik or ya mutaharrik, especially to make it understand, there are basically the 4 letters of such assimilation: ya, noon, mim, waw. But ya and waw are the more easy to understand, where the assimilation or the joining with nasal sound is more evident and clear. So the rule is that after noon sakin or tanween, if the next letter is waw mutaharrik or ya mutaharrik, then the joining will take place with 2 second nasal sound. So in this case, in bracket or in the pronunciation, the shadda will come. That is why you can make a joining with nasal sound. So it will be ghishavatun walahum. Remember, in idgham, the noon sakin or tanween, it loses its 50% full nasal sound. For example, gishavatun, that is the full nasal sound. But when you join with that one, it is compromised, and it is, at least we have no gauge to find out what is the percent of or ratio of the nasal sound is lost. But when we say man yaqulu or gishavatun walahum, then definitely is not full nasal sound, but is less than, you can say, 70% or between 50 to 70. This is we can understand easily, because some nasal sound will be lost when we are joining to the next. So either option 1, ghishawa wa ala absarihim ghishawa, and the second option, if we continue, ghishavatun walahum. Either we have a waw with spoon or with a tashdid or not. Now another example of this is this from Surah Al-Baqarah. Again, you can find chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 42. So in this case, you can find here za as well. Now in this qalilan, this tanween fathatain, and after that waw without any tashdid sign, without any shadda. The same rule will be applied here. Everywhere in the Holy Quran, you find one example, you understand one rule, and that will be applicable to all the text of the Holy Quran. So here, for example, thamanan qalilan, or if we make a stop, qalila, so 2-second elongation. If we join together, this waw will take a shadda in pronunciation, though it is not written here. In some copies, if you, in your personal copy, if you can put a waw on that, there is no harm, because you are facilitating your reading, and this is understood in the rules, in the pronunciation. So it will be qalilan wa iyaya fattaqun. So this is one example. Either you can find a za or any other sign where you want to join, the same rule will be applied here. So next is prolonged due to alif maddiya in waqf or wasl. Now here is also another example in Surah Al-Baqarah. This is chapter 1, chapter 2 and part 1, and verse number 126. Here is the word, most of the Arabic verbs which have appeared in the Holy Quran are the singular or the plural. You see, the majority of the verbs, doing word, action word, are either singular or plural. Only few of them who have the dual, because in Arabic grammar, the identity or the usage of for the two, for the dual, it is also established and the present. And this is the word of that. This alif is basically an indication of that dual verb. So the word is antahira. If alif is removed, tahira becomes a singular plural, a singular verb, which is not embedded, which is not intended or revealed here. Because if you know the translation, or if you read the translation from this verse 26, you will find that Allah the Exalted is talking about Hazrat Ibrahim alayhis salam and his son Hazrat Ismail. So father and son, they are being mentioned here. And to them, the commandment is given, a hukm is given, an tahira, do you both purify baitiya, my house. So in this case, either you are reading as reading just text of the Holy Quran, or you are just understanding the translation, the meaning of the Holy Quran, or you are teaching either translation or the recitation. Remember, so it will be read in continuation. Antahira, this ra alif will be elongated. This alif maddiya means alif will be acting as a role of mad, 2-second elongation, and because of this alif, ra will be elongated, prolonged, so it will be tahira baitiya. And either you stop here, it will be tahira. If you continue, you say tahira baitiya. If you say tahira baitiya and you just alif is ignored, because some people can take that alif, because in plural, all in plural commandments, you will find this alif there. But that alif is not the alif of elongation, that is a protective alif. Inshallah, we can talk about in the future seminar or symposium when we have the second round of our virtual visit. Now, by the grace of Allah, probably this is our 6th or 7th symposium in continuation, and today was the turn of Baitul Futuh. And inshallah, when we complete the whole country, the whole UK, all regions, we will come back again when your turn will come and we go further. So the point is here that on 126 or other places where you will find this alif after a verb, especially after the dual here, because this is a part of that. Remember, in continuation or in waqf, in stopping, that alif should not be missed, otherwise the meaning will be lost or the revealed word will be compromised. So next one is do not prolong due to alif in waqf. Okay, this is another important point where we will find here this alif. Okay, now in the previous example in 126 Surah Al-Baqarah 2, I said alif should be included in all cases, whether you continue or discontinue. Now in this way, remember, if you stop here, this alif will not be prolonged. It should not be taken like a aw ya'fu wa. Okay, no, this alif you can either make a cross on that, or maybe highlight, or in the margin you can write down that this alif is written. This is a protective alif. Technically it is called alif wiqaya or protective alif in English, but it should not be pronounced. So it will be ya'fu. Okay, this waw, when this alif is taken out, waw, we have to deal with waw. Waw will take a sukoon because we are stopping here. Waw and preceded is fa. Fa with is dhamma, and dhamma, that demands that the waw must be a sukoon if this waw is considered to be a waw maddiya or waw of elongation. So in this case, an ya'funa aw ya'fu, that will be either you are going to stop here, okay, or if either you are reading or teaching translation or the recitation of the Holy Quran. But as soon as you join to the next word, so then this waw with fatha, it will straight away will go to lam. So it will be aw ya'fu wallazi. You can't say aw ya'fu wallazi because alif is there. This alif and this alif will be deleted altogether. That will be removed in the pronunciation, and the pronunciation will be aw ya'fu wallazi. But as soon as you stop here, it will be aw ya'fu. If you say aw ya'fu wa, according to the rule, that will be incorrect, and that should be avoided. So remember, this is a chapter 2, verse number 238, that is in part 2. Okay, and verse number 238, make a note of that. Even you can take the screenshot and take the notes either in your copy notebook or in the margin of your copy of the Holy Quran, so you may remember. And especially it is important that if you are teaching the split word translation, or even if you are teaching the split word recitation or waqf rules. Next way is a do not prolong due to alif in waqf. Again, this should be understood that this word is alif. Okay. Now, if you making a waqf, so it would not be like wa an atluwa, as you said that antahira. Remember in the first example I gave here, verse number 126, here antahira. This attahira, basically the dual verb. Okay, but here it looks like that an the same an is there, and that was also here here an. Okay, that an means that k, but here the word that alif is part of this one. Okay, and that will be the same case of this yafuba. So it will be wa an atlu. If you are going to stop here, waw will take a sukoon and it will be wa an atlu. And if you join together, then it will be wa an atlu al Qur'ana. Okay, wa an atlu al Qur'ana. Okay, so remember this is chapter 27, Surah Naml, and verse number 93, and this is in part 20. Remember, take a screenshot if you like, verse number 93 and this word wa an atlu or al-Quran. It is very important when you are teaching or learning the split word translation, split word tarjuma. If you will say atluwa, according to the rule, it will be wrong. If you say atlu, and that means I recite, मैं पढ़ता हूँ, मैं तिलावत करता हूँ या मैं तिलावत करती हूँ, it will be fine. या wa an atlu al Qur'ana, कि मैं जो है मुझे हुक्म दिया गया है कि मैं तिलावत करूं. I have been commanded. Basically, if you read the translation, you will understand what is the Allah Ta'ala wants to say or wants to command to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam कि मैं कुरान करीम की तिलावत करूं, that I should recite the Holy Qur'an. Next is ignore alif in joining vaw to lam. It is also very important to note, and this is the most famous, I would say, the well-known verse of the Holy Quran, and this is called Ayatul Kursi. Okay, remember the right word is Ayatul Kursi. Even in Urdu we say Ayatul Kursi. Okay, that is fine, because in Urdu some Arabic talaffuz is compromised and lost, and it is a usage, but real word in Arabic is not ayat but ayatun. Ayatun and is plural ayat. Okay, so ayatul kursi, ya with a fatha. So here some people I have observed, and young and old, they are confused with this one. So this alif with a fatha, and on vaw on top of that there is a fatha, and in between the two is the jeen. And jeen means al-waqful jaiz, the permissible stop, means optional stop. Either you want to continue or discontinue. So if I take, I want to discontinue, I want to make a stop. So the pronunciation will be Allahu la ilaha illahu. The vaw with a fatha will take a sukoon and it will be illahu. And the next, if I have taken the breath and discontinued, I would start definitely from Al-Hayyul Qayyum, and on Alif, which is basically Hamzatul Wasl, or a joining Alif, that Alif will be, that will be kept intact, and it will be Al-Hayyul Qayyum. But the point is that when you take out that option and you say I want to continue, because Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al hayyul qayyum, how would you join? So either the option will be Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al hayyul qayyum, this is correct, or what to do with this one, because here alif is taking vaw, fatha on top of that. So remember, this alif is a alif, a joining alif. It is called Hamzatul Wasl, meaning this Hamza or alif has no role when we joining with the previous word, with the previous mutaharrik letter. So in this case, Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum, vaw straight away will join to the lam sakina. Lam sakina, vaw mutaharrik, will join to the lam sakina. This alif will be ignored and avoided altogether, and this vaw will join to the lam, because if you say Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al hayyul qayyum, according to the rules of tilawat and rules of recitation, it will be incorrect, and the right pronunciation will be Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. Now, in order to understand this point within Ayatul Kursi, this is a very good example, the last three words. Here the same word huwa is here. Okay, this is huwa, okay, and this is also huwa in the first line Ayatul Kursi. Here al-Aliyul Azim. So here your vaw straight away joining to the lam, and we say wa huwal Aliyul Azim. Here Al-Hayyul Qayyum, the true attributes of Almighty Allah. Here Al-Aliyul Azim, the true attributes and sifat of Allah the Exalted. No change altogether. So if we can join here, wa huwal Aliyul Azim, the same rule will be applied here. If you stop here, say wahu, just for the sake of practice, then if you like to start afterwards, it will be alif will take a fatha and it will be pronounced al-aliyul azim in this case. Okay, that will be al-aliyul azim. Okay, so that is about the Ayatul Kursi, and wherever you find these examples, you should understand about the Hamzatul Wasl, this joining alif. Okay, and can be dealt, all these examples, with this rule. Okay, next one, do not prolong due to the sign of madda in waqf. Now, you may remember there are two broad categories of mad sign or madda sign in the text of the Holy Quran. This small curve, very thin curve, curvy sign, okay, this is called, you can say madde sagir, or a small madda, a smaller madda, and this is a thick or broad sign of mad elongation. So in the same line, it is this, that is madde sagir, and that one madde kabir, or you can say this a normal mad sign, or this is a bold mad sign, as we can in the computer, in the word, or we can highlight, for example, A normal, and A when we say control B, and it becomes the bold, and to make it more emphasis, and it shows that some stress have been put here. So that is why in rules of recitation, this small madda or thin madda or a normal sign of madda, you can say, is stress is not so much important as compared to this broad madda or bold madda, or other words in madde kabir, okay, the extra elongation. This is called maddul jais, means optional. Either you do that, it is up to you. If you do, it's okay. But if you do not do, for example, say walladhi, 2 seconds. If you apply this one, because this is a maddul jais, al maddul jais, so it will be walladhi, a little longer, about 3 seconds. But this is called madde kabir, and other name is madde wajib, means this is a very important, essential mad. And one hadith categorically mentions about Hazrat Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was the earliest companion and the memorizers of the Holy Quran. And he was very, very learned man. And hadith mentions that when one person was not elongating on certain verse, on certain point, and he invited that person's attention that why are not you prolonging this one, okay? And the example was in part 10 in Surah Surah At-Tawbah. Inshallah, if I have time, I can give you the right example from there. So this that was the same here, you know, the alif, and after that there was hamza is coming. So that is called madde wajib. Point is here that sometime on the last word of the verse, this small madda comes, okay, this madde jais comes. So what to do with this one? First of all, make sure this is maddul jais. Either you do that or not do that, but it is also very important. It should not be taken as I am saying now. Remember, either you do if you are in a recitation session. If you do, then you have to do all in examples in all the text. For example, if you have taken this walladhi longer, if you have taken this option that I will do this one, then until you complete that recitation or that recitation session, you have to apply, so that there should be a tartil, there should be a proper rhythm, and not off and on. But if you have taken that option, there should be continued, okay? This is, but if you do not take that one, it is either applicable that okay, you decide from the beginning, I will not take, okay? So, but recommendation is that you should take that because it makes the recitation more clear. So the point I like to mention here, that do not prolong due to the sign of mad in waqf. So it will be fala tansa long illa mashallah when you are joining together, okay? And this is the verse ending, verse number 7. On top of that, there is a la. So la waqfa alay, it shows that it does not mean that mostly a majority of the people, they think that la means that do not stop here. It is not correct understanding. Remember, this is not a correct understanding. The correct understanding is that la ibtada ilayhi, from it, no starting from it, not no stop on that. Because if you just copy, open the copy of the Holy Quran, text of the Holy Quran is you say illa mashallah, then the meaning will be lost. You know, the sense will be lost, because illa mashallah is a part of the previous verse. Sanukhriuka fala tansa illa mashallah. So this is the indication of this la, either in between text or at the end of a verse, that you do not start fresh your recitation from there, because the subject matter or some the paragraph is needs to be connected from the back. So, but if you are making a recitation in a session, and you are coming from the back, you know, you have started. So in this case, sanuqri'uka fala tansa, you stop, and illa mashallah, because you are continuing in the same recitation session, in the same sitting. So if you say fala tansa and you stop, you means take a breath, then it will be illa mashallah. But when you join together in a one single breath, so then you have to apply. If you are taking that option that I will continue with this small madda, like walladhi akhraja, and here again you have to do, because you have taken that mode of recitation that I will elongate all in these places. So that will be فَلَا تَنْسَى إِلَّا مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ. You know, that will be there. So that in other examples, you can find wherever. This is another example. So this is bitagwaha. Remember this, dassaha, 2 seconds. Zakkaha, 2 seconds. Taqwaha, 2 seconds. Suqyaha, 2 seconds. Ashqaha, 2 seconds. All these examples. But here, bitagwaha, you can find this small madda on that. This small madda or maddul jaiz is basically connected to the next alif, next word, which is starting with the hamza, this qat'iyya, or this essential alif, compulsory alif. So in this case, if you are joining in one single breath, it will be bitagwaha idhim ba'atha. But if you are stopping here and you are taking the breath, you are discontinue, you are breaking your breath. So in this way, bitagwaha, 2 seconds, and altogether this madda sign will be ignored. And then you start idhim ba'atha ashqaha. So these were some examples. Next, we find again this what to do with disjointed letter. It is also very, very important that do not harufe muqatta'at, you know, people commonly understood that those letters which come in between, in the beginning of some surahs, for example, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Alif Lam Mim is there, Sad, Noon, or Yasin, or Taha, or Hamim, or Ain, Sin, Qaf. 29 chapters start with Al-Huruful Muqatta'at, disjointed letters. Yes, they are right. Your understanding is fine that Al-Huruful Muqatta'at, they come in the beginning of these 29 chapters, and you know what to do with this one. Extra elongation, extra long elongation, prolongation are required that. But now I am talking about this disjointed letters within the text of the Holy Quran. And this is the example of lam here. Now, the person who does not know the writing system or the text of the Holy Quran, or you can say the matan or rasmul khat, or in the way the Holy Quran is written, he will understand that it is mal. Okay, mali, you know, like mal, property, like a mal or amwalukum, ya wailatana, and say maybe this is the word is mal, as you know, the word has come in plural, innama amwalukum wa auladukum fitna. So remember, this lam is not the lam, the word of mal. The ma is a different, and this lam is not part of the ma. This disjointed lam or separate lam or alone lam with the kasra li is a part of this word. It should be connected with this one in translation and in also the reading. So in this case, you would say ya waylatana ma li haza, because the lam will be part of this haza, from to the next, not to the back. So it will be ya waylatana ma li haza al-kitab. If you can say that, okay, if this is the word, and what is the translation of that one, mal as a property? No, never ever you will find here this word mal and in the meaning of in the dictionary of the Holy Quran or any lugat, because this is a separate. So ya waylatana ma li hadha al-kitab. So you even cannot stop here that ya waylatana mal, because this lam does not associate with this ma but to the next, but it is always disjointed. It is written alone, but we have to understand. I have given this example, chapter 18 verse number 50. So take a note on that, either on a margin, okay, on margin hashia, or you can make or highlight with your highlighter, or take a note in your this point in your notebook. Surah Al-Kahf chapter 18 verse number 50. This is one example. So another example is also this chapter 37, Surah As-Saffat, and verse number 131. Now here, sometime, our copy of the Holy Quran sometime is quite challenging, and to understand the text, the style, or the some writings for our young readers, or even those whose first language is Urdu or English, or especially English, challenging. Now here you say Alif Lam as Yasin Juda as. This is basically Persian. This is a Farsi, not English, not Urdu, not Punjabi, not other. This is a and this is being copied from generation to generation. So let me tell you what is the meaning of this one. It say Alif Lam as Yasin. Here the word Yasin, this word Yasin, say Alif Lam as Yasin Juda as, कि यासीन से ये लफ्ज अलिफ लाम जो है यासीन से अलहदा है, अलहदा लिखा गया है, अलहदा इसको डील किया जाए. तो ये कहता है कि अलिफ लाम is separate from the word yasin. This is the Persian, in the Hashia it is written. So here we have to deal with this one. So remember this il. If you find in the dictionary the word il, you never find the meaning, even this word written in the dictionary or lugat of the Holy Quran, because this is nowhere as a separate word. This is basically this is a separate alif lam is written, but this is the part of yasin, and it is written here in Persian that alif lam as yasin juda ast, that salamun ala il yasin. So you cannot make a stop here, salamun ala il. No, because il is a part of yasin. So you will say salamun ala il, salamun ala il yasin. But at the same time, for you to understand that in the riwayah of Hafs, which is the reading of the famous our the scholar of the Holy Quran or reader of the Holy Quran, the recitational imam or the leader of the ustaz, Imam Hafs bin Sulaiman al-Kufi al-Asadi, whose recitation is the most famous and well-known and practiced all over the world. Even in Saudi Arabia, that recitation is followed. And in our countries, this recitation is also followed. But I like to invite your attention towards another variation of the Holy Quran, in slight variation with regards to the pronunciation, okay? As you know that it is mentioned that there are 7 readings, 7 qira'at of the Holy Quran. Okay, we know that the well-famous, well-known and the most famous was Riwayat Hafs, which I am telling right now, and majority, 90% people all over the world follow that. But there is in Tunisia and some other parts like in Egypt, in Misr, Tunisia, in Libya, Algeria, and some parts, Riwayat al-Qalun, you know, the Qalun, that also present there, and millions people recite that as well. Where this word is not Il Yasin, there they find Salamun ala Ali Yasin. So they alif they put on a vertical fatha on that one, and lam is not sakin there, and it will be say lam with kasra. So they pronounce this word Salamun ala Ali Yasin. But the most famous is Il Yasin, and this is not the right forum or platform to give you the proper understanding or the background of this. What is why the Yasin, Ilyas? What is the meaning of that one? But just quick note for you that if you go to Tarjumatul Quran of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Rabi Rahimahullah Ta'ala, and I have given you the chapter number 37 and verse number 31, you will find a note here where you can understand to some extent what is the meaning of Yasin, Yasin, okay. So that is in Tarjumatul Quran, chapter verse page number 795, okay. So 795. So you can find the note down there. So that was Salamun ala il Yasin and Salamun ala Ali Yasin, the two variation. But this is even there, Ali is separate written and il here is separate written, but it will be the part of that. So next we go to again this separate on ya, disjointed letter. So remember, in this case it does not mean that the disjointed letter or the alone letter always the part to the next word. So remember, this is the verse number 40, chapter number 46, 34, Surah Al-Ahqaf. Here the word is yuhyi, and this ya is a part of this, the previous word, not to the next word, al-mauta. So it will be ala an yuhyi al-mauta. So ya, this separate, is written separately alone. Now in especially teaching the split word translation or recitation, if you find out this, what is the meaning of this ya and what is the significance, there is no explanation to that unless you know that this is a separately written and this is a part of the previous word. So it will be ala an yuhyi al mauta. But now natural question comes, if this is the part of this, so how would we recite or make a stop on this yuhyi? Remember, in this case, ala an yuhyi, you know, in the stopping, it will be an yuhyi ya dil. This will be here with a vertical kasra. When joining together all that part, it will be not an yuhyi, not an yuhyi. Some people say, okay, if this ya, separate ya, is the part of the previous word, so if I stop here, it will be an yuhyi. No, it is totally incorrect. This ya, a vertical kasra, is you can say is hidden, is a secret, is a hidden, embedded in this letter. So it will be an yuhyi in stopping, okay. Or when you joining together, then it will be an yuhyi al mauta, verse number 34, Suratul Ahqaf. Next, we come to again a similar example, and in this case is here, li. Again, the word like Suratul Kaf, fama and li is a part of here, lillazina. Okay, it's not famal, so the property or the mal. No, fama and lam lillazina, or in essence, actually, it should be near to allazina, not on that on the previous line, because it is a bit challenging and confusing. So because this lam is a part of the next word, so fama lillazina, not famal, fama lillazina, lam is the part of the allazina in the beginning, because at that time there was no such you see the editing facilities available at that time. People, those people, scribes who were writing down the Holy Quran, they were following the talaffuz, the recitation, and sometimes the one line takes 2-3 lines, big lines in the page, because at that time the writing material was not so sophisticated and finer as we have now. I have seen the earliest copy of the Holy Quran in Istanbul, Topkapi Museum, and I can find that quite big, as like if you open your arms, right and left, so big copy of the Holy Quran is there, and without dots, without harakat, are written there, and quite sometime here half line is in their full, quite big. So Fama lillazina kafaru tibalaka muhtin, chapter 70, verse number 37, and take a note of these disjointed letter and the part of that. And again, we find another ya, and that ya should be taken the same as we did that in Surah Al-Ahqaf. So ya is a part of this word yuhji, not al-mauta. So ala an yuhji al-mauta together, or if you are making a stop, ala an yuhyi, not ala an yuhyij. No, this ya, which is with fatha, this where is my cursor is there, is a part of the previous, and vertical kasra will be embedded when it will be with the pronunciation. So it will be ذَلِكَ بِقَادِرٍ عَلَىٰ أَن يُحْيِي, and then we say what are yuhyi, zinda karne pe जो है वो कादर है, तो फिर अगर युहयी अल मौता, because the next word was alif lam, so the ya was that ya took fatha and it joined to the next one, ala an yuhyi al mauta. So that is one. I think I would conclude my session now, because the time is up now. I wanted to discuss about this qawarida, but I think this is quite Alif Zaida has been dealt with many times, and even the book in Khulasatul Qawaid and Talimul-Quran, you can find this lesson there. So I leave that, you know very well what to do with this Alif Zaida and Alif Kasra. You can find there, because these things are most commonly are not discussed, and I observed that people do not know about that one. That is why I made this lesson especially for here. And next one again, this Bisa Lismul Fusuk and this Farsi, it is also in Khulasatul Qawaid and Talimul Quran, so I don't want to repeat that. And that is the conclusion of my presentation. Jazakumullah Hasan Jaza. And now we back to Aman Sahib or the Bir Sahib, please.
Jazakumullah Hafiz Sahib, thank you very much. MashaAllah. Thank you very much, Hafiz Sahib and Mueed Sahib, for a very enlightening presentation. We have also listened summary of various correct recitation rules in the early presentation. And based on these, some common rules and some general questions, we have arranged a small quiz as well for today. This is an anonymous quiz, and I would request all of you to take part. I will read the question with the 4 multiple choice question on the slides, and then I will release a poll for you, and you can choose one of the your favorite answer, and then I will share the result with you. And the total aggregate correct answer, I will then let you know that if how many percentage out of 100 this region has got. So the first question is for you. How many Arabic letters are always recited with thick sound? Yes, we have learned this in the first presentation. So I'm gonna launch poll for you now. So you can quickly select one option for you which you think is a correct option. How many Arabic letters are always recited with thick sound? MashaAllah, there's a quick answers. So I would like everybody to take part, and it's a very simple procedure. Just click your favorite answer, and then I will end the poll in few seconds and then share the result with you. At the moment, only 40% have people voted. So I will urge everybody to take part. It's very simple, and we don't know who is answering what. So don't worry about this thing. Just select the correct answer, which in your imagination is the correct answer. So just a couple of more seconds, and then I will end the poll now. Yes, okay. We are going to touch more than 50%. Then okay, let's see. I'm going to end poll now. I'm going to share the result with you. Okay. Now 89% have said there are 7 letters which are always recited thick. 9% said there are 10. 2% have got the answer 19. So the most popular answer was 7, and this is the right answer as well. So I will take 89% people have given me the right answer. Thank you very much. I'm going to now go to the next question. Next question for you is, as per rules of recitation, which letter is called a madmoom letter? Which letter is called a madmoom letter? A letter which carries a fatha, or letter which carries a kasra, or letter which carries a tanween, or letter with dhamma sign is called a madmoom letter. So I'm going to give you poll now, so you can answer as quickly as possible. Which, as per rules of recitation, which letter is called a madmoom letter? MashaAllah, quick answer. Let me know your correct answer, and then I will share the result with you. More than 40%, 45 have already answered. So as per rules of recitation, which letter is called a madmoom letter? A letter with fatha, a letter with kasra, or letter with tanween, or letter with dhamma sign? So I'm going to end poll now and share result with you. Okay, 9% have decided to say a letter with fatha, 5% a letter with kasra, 18% a letter with tanween, and 68% a letter with dhamma. So the most popular answer is 68, a letter with dhamma, 68%, and that is the correct answer as well in this instance. So a letter with dhamma is called a madmoom letter. We will move to the next question. This is how many letters are called haruful leen? 5 letters, 4 letters, 3 letters, or 2 letters are called haruful leen. So there's the poll for you. You can answer. How many letters are called haruful leen? 5 letters, 4 letters, 3 letters, or 2 Arabic letters are called haruful leen. Okay, this time again, very quick answering. So looks like concept is much clear now after the presentations. So I will give a couple of more seconds and then I will close the poll. And this is the last chance for you to click the right answer. There we go. And I'm going to share the poll now. 16% people have a thought that there are 5 letters which are called haruful leen, and 4% think there are 4 letters, 24% thinks there are 3 letters, and 55% thinks there are 2 letters which are called haruful leen. So again, this time most popular answer is 2 letters. This is yes, that's the right answer as well. Waw and ya, these are 2 haruful leen letters. If ya and waw both are with sukoon sign and preceded with the fatha sign, letter on the with the fatha, then they are called haruful leen. So next question for you, question number 4. How many prostration of recitation yuddu tilawa are there in the Holy Quran? There are 13, 14, 15 or 16 places where we perform sajda tilawat in the Holy Quran. That's the question number 4 for you. how many places are there where we perform sajda tilawat in the Holy Quran? Okay, I'm going to end poll in few seconds. Yes, okay. Now, couple of more seconds, yes. 55% people have. I'm going to end poll now. Okay, share the result with you. Yes, 14% thinks there are 13, and 36% think there are 14 places. 42% think there are 15 places, and 7% think there are 16 places in the Holy Quran where we perform Sajda Tilawat. Again, the most popular answer is 42%. It's 15 places, and that is the right answer as well. So 42% have given the right answer. The next question for you is, during the recitation, the long vowels are pronounced for 1 second, 4 to 6 seconds, 2 seconds, and 3 to 5 seconds. You need to be sure which are the long vowels. And for how long should we pronounce them? For 1 second, 2 seconds, 4 to 6 seconds, or 3 to 5 seconds? That's the question number 5 for you. And I'm going to launch the poll now. And it's a very easy question. And I will expect a very quick answer as well. MashaAllah, 60. Okay, I'm going to end poll now and share result with you. Yes. 1%, there is a 1 second. 21% think they are 4 to 6 seconds. 58% think they are 2 seconds we should prolong, and 21% 3 to 5 seconds. Again, well done to you. 58%, that's the most popular answer as well. The 2 seconds we should prolong long vowels. Long vowels are huruful madda, alif, waw, and ya. And a sign of long vowels are vertical fatha, vertical kasra, and inverse dhamma. And we should prolong for 2 seconds. That's the right answer as well. Now, question number 6 for you. The iqlab rule will be applied if noon sakin or tanween is followed by a letter ha, or it is followed by a letter ba, or if it is followed by a letter mim, then iqlab rule will apply, or noon sakin or tanween, iqlab rule will apply if it is followed by a letter lam. Very easy question because it was discussed as well. I'm going to launch poll for you. You can quickly answer the question. The iqlab rule will be applied if noon sakin or tanween is followed by a letter ha, or ba, or mim, or lam. Which letter should be after noon sakin or tanween, then iqlab rule will be applied. MashaAllah, quick answering. And only few more seconds and then I will end the polling. This is the last chance for you to answer now for this question. Okay, I'm going to end poll now and share the result with you. Okay, let's see. 4% think there are letter ha. If that followed by noon sakin or tanween, then the rule of iqlab will be applied. 51% said letter ba, 30% said letter mim, and 14% thinks that's the letter lam. And again, most popular answer is 51%, and again, that's the right answer as well. If noon sakin or tanween is followed by letter ba, then iqlab rule will be applied. The sound of noon sakin or tanween will be changed to mim. Now, next question for you. Question number 7. What was the interval between the first and the second revelation to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Is it 1 month, 3 days, and 2 years or 6 months, or 2 years or 5 months? Which is the right answer? Question number 7 for you. I'm going to launch poll now for you. You can answer now. What was the interval between the first and the second revelation to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? 1 month, 3 days, 2 years and 6 months, and 2 years and 5 months. Okay, let's see. Only a couple of more seconds, and then I will end the poll as soon as we move above 50%. Okay, I'm going to end poll now and share the result with you. 24% thinks there was a 1 month interval between the first and the second revelation. 13% thinks there are 3 days, and 43% is 2 years and 6 months, and 20% thinks there are 2 years and 5 months. And again, very good. 43% is the right answer. 2 years and 6 months is the right answer, and 43% of participants have given the right answer. Next question for you. Question number 8. Which surah of the Holy Quran is always read in Jumu'ah Friday prayer? Is it Surah Al-Ghashiyah, Surah Al-Ala, Surah Al-Jumu'ah, or Surah Al-Fatiha? Which surah of the Holy Quran is always read in Jumu'ah prayer? That's the question number 8 for you. Just easy question. Which surah of the Holy Quran is always read in the Friday prayer? MashaAllah, 58%, 48% have already answered. That seems to be easy answer. It's all more than now 60% have answered already. One more, couple of more seconds, and then I will close the poll now. Okay, I'm going to share the result of this question. Look, 13% thinks there is Surah Al-Ghashiyah. We always read in Surah Jumu'ah prayer. 24% thinks there is Surah Al-Ala. 8% says Surah Al-Jumu'ah, and 55% thinks that is Surah Al-Fatiha. We read always in Jumu'ah prayer. Again, 55% have given me the right answer because there is no restriction which surah you should be reciting in the Jumu'ah prayer. It's a Surah Al-Fatiha is a compulsion, and then you can recite any portion of the Holy Quran. So 55% have given me the right answer. Question number 9. Which one of the following letter is conditionally pronounced with thick sound? Is a letter Ra, letter Ta, or letter Ghain, or letter Kha? Which letter is conditionally pronounced thick sound? There are certain conditions when you pronounce this letter with a thick sound. So it's an easy question again. It was done in the first presentation. MashaAllah, quick response. Okay, 53% have already answered. I will give a couple of more seconds and then we will move forward. Okay, let's see the result now. 58% thinks it's a letter Ra, 8% thinks it's a letter Ta, 12% is a letter Ghain, and 22% think it's a letter Kha. You see, if you have listened first presentation carefully, then the Ta, Ghain, and Kha are these 3 letters which are always read. These are the one of the 7 letters always read with the thick sound. But the only letter Ra is conditionally thick under certain condition. When it carries Fatha or Dhamma, they're pronounced with thick sound, and it carries Kasra or Kasratan, it's pronounced with the thin sound. Now, next and final question for you. Question number 10. The letter Mim Sakin is always pronounced with Gunna sound if followed by a letter Noon. Mim Sakin followed by letter Noon, or Mim Sakin followed by letter Ba, Mim Sakin followed by letter Waw, or Mim Sakin followed by letter Lam. Then it is pronounced with, Mim is pronounced with the Gunna sound. That's a question number 10 for you. Mim Sakin, if your concept is clear, you can answer very easily. The Mim Sakin is always pronounced with Gunna sound if followed by a letter Noon, or followed by letter Ba, or letter Waw, or letter Lam. Okay, 52% have already given me the answers. Now I will give only a couple of more seconds, and then that's the last chance for you to answer now for this question number 10. Okay, I'm going to end polling now. Okay, now share the result with you. This time, 51% thinks it's a letter Noon, 25% thinks letter Ba, 16% letter Waw, and 80% letter Lam. But this time, most popular answer is 51%, and this is not the right answer because Mim is pronounced with Gunna if it is followed by a letter Mim or letter Ba. Otherwise, it's always pronounced with a clear 1 second sound. So 25% have given me the right answer. Letter Ba, sorry, Mim Sakin followed by letter Ba, then it's pronounced with Gunna sound, 2 second sound. Now, this is a feedback question for you. How satisfied are you with today's event? Are you very satisfied? Are you satisfied, or you not satisfied, or you are not sure what answer you can decide? It's a poll for you. That's a feedback which can help us to provide you the more different presentations in the next when we'll come back. Okay, 64% have already answered. They are very clear, satisfied. Okay, I'm going to end poll now. Okay, 77% thinks they are very satisfied, 21% they are satisfied, and 2% not satisfied, and 1% are not sure. So there are clearly the people, what they were thinking, I think they have received today, but some people are not satisfied, and they can give us suggestion how we can improve it. So inshallah, 2% we will try to satisfy them as well. The next question for you is, would you like to attend the Qur'an Symposium if organized in your region again? Not very soon, but inshallah ta'ala, we will come back again. If we are organized in Baitul Futuh region, these kind of events, would you like to attend again? The answer, you can choose yes, no, not sure yet. Okay, more than 65% have already answered. So innamal a'malu binniyat, basically, if you make a niyat now, so your swab meter will start now. Allah Ta'ala mostly gives the swab according to the niyah. So if you make a niyat now, so what will happen in future, nobody knows. So I'm going to end poll now and share the result with you. MashaAllah, huge number of people thinks they will come back again if we organize another Qur'an Symposium in your region. MashaAllah, inshallah ta'ala, with the help of Regional Amir Saab, we will come back again with the new presentation. So, and the final question for you is attendance. With regards to attendance, can you please select the option how many members of your family are attending this symposium today? So if one member is attending, you can select option 1. If 2 are attending, you can select option 2. If 3, you can select the option 3, and option 4 and option 5. So this will help us to know how many people are actually attending this symposium today in your region. There were maximum 225 logins, which I've seen during the presentation. So this will help me to estimate how many people actually are listening to this Qur'an Symposium. So 65% have given me already answers. MashaAllah. Okay, I'm going to end poll now and share the result with you. Okay, 30% are attending on their own. 30% are 2 people are from one household are attending. 21% are attending 3 people, and 9% are attending 4 family members. and 10% are attending 5 or more. Jazakumullah, thank you very much for taking part in this Quran quiz and the presentation. Now we will move to the final presentation, and I will request Dabir Bhatti Sahab to share your screen, please. Dabir Bhatti Sahab? Assalamu alaikum, Dabir Sahab. Okay.
Jazakumullah Hasan Jaza Iman Sahib for a nice interactive quiz presentation, and soon Dabir Bhatti Sahib will.
So Dabir Sahab, you can unmute now if you.
Okay, now I can unmute you. You have to make me.
No, you can do.
Otherwise, I can't.
Okay.
Okay.
Afzal, if you can see, you can make him a co-host. Okay, I found him.
I'm now host. I can now share.
Yes. Okay. Jazakumullah, thank you very much.
Can you just stop the poll?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I've stopped it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
See, you can now see the screen.
Yes,
you can see the screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm here to introduce to you the basically the website of Talimul-Quran and what other multimedia features we have apart from the website. As many of you may already know, the website is now incorporated within ahmadiyya.uk. This is the official internal website. When you go to ahmadiyya.uk, we have this, and this is what you see. Under departments, you have all the various departments, and our department is Talimul-Quran there at the somewhere in the middle. You can also access ahmadiyya.uk/NQC directly, and you can go to the website. And this is what you see on the website. The website is driven by it's a two-menu system. There's a menu on the top, and there's a menu on the bottom, full of various resources for the Holy Quran. The first thing I'll do is, if I go back a bit, if I go to this online courses here, if you click on there, you will see the courses that are available, which some of them you can enroll yourselves on in a self-paced learning system. So, for example, if I have the Bil-Qur'an, here you have the recordings of the previous classes that have taken place since the past few years, and they're all on YouTube, available on YouTube as well. If you were to enroll yourself on one of these classes, like for example, the Bil-Qur'an level G1 class, there you see the course content. You can go right from the beginning, or you can jump in right in the middle from where you think is comfortable for you, and you can take the course step by step in your own space. And you can see on the right hand side, you got recognition of dots. These are the lessons: fatha, short kasra, kasra, short stretch, dama, short stretch, and so on and so forth. You can, and then some of these have quizzes at the end, which tests how well you have learned the course. So then also you can look at, you come back and we can look at this class recordings, and here are the class recordings for all our previous and ongoing classes. Every day we have, whenever at the end of the recording, we have the recorded and it's available on YouTube. So 2020 recordings are there. Right. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the download section. So if you click on the download section here, this is also full of very useful resources for yourselves. You can download various books, the Holy Quran facts, the Holy Quran basic facts. You can download this. Al-Hafizun newsletters. If you can click on that, it will take you there. The Holy Quran in simple Arabic. And this Tajweed rules color code is very useful. You could download that. Significance of nouns in the Holy Quran. You can download that and view that as well. इसी उर्दू में भी मौजूद है, English में भी. So you have on this side you have the Urdu section of all the different books that are available for you for download. I mean, here's one dictionary of the Holy Quran if somebody wants to learn about the Holy Quran. Non-Muslim writers and what they say about the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran grammar, volume 1, volume 2. You know, it's all there. So just visit the website, go to download, and download what you want. The Talimul-Quran class recordings. This is our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube and you look for NQC classes. NQC stands for National Quran Class. So if you search for NQC class, and there's nearly 1,000 videos already on it. So these are all organized as in playlists, and then you can look at some of these and listen to these past classes. I mean, this one was held last year in November. Again, you can listen to it. You can play this and then listen to it, and the other lessons as well. Then we have, you look in here next to the Tilawat submissions, you have recitation and analysis, which breaks down each, it takes a well-known verse and breaks it down in the rules that follow for each word. And then translation analysis, which is similar, but instead of how to recite it, is the translation of some of the common verses of the Holy Quran. Let me introduce you to the Quran multimedia. So if you go down on the bottom menu next to Waqf Arzi, Waqf Arzi we will cover shortly. But Quran multimedia, we have some iPhone and Android apps which are available. And these are here. You can see on the top the iPhone app, and on the bottom are the Android apps. So you can have a look at this. This is this is what it looks like. One of the apps. The Quran quiz. Some of you, this is the Quran quiz is not going to be all Tajweed questions. Some of you may be pleased to know, but it's more like general knowledge Holy Quran question based on the Holy Quran. It's very useful, and you can learn a lot. It enables you to. There are 15 quizzes. Each one has 10 questions. You can take the quiz again. At the end of the quiz, it gives you a score of how well you've done, and then you can go back to repeat the quiz, or if you want to see what answers are wrong, and you can then view the answers, and therefore you can learn more as you go along. Talimul-Quran classes again on the app, available on the app. Then we have on the YouTube, there are the last 10 surahs which are recited. There's a recitation by the teacher done correctly in a nice melodious tune, and then is followed by a child reciting it correctly as well. And so in this way you can then correct your own pronunciations of the last 10 surahs. The Quran quiz on the app is also available on the website. So next to the Quran multimedia is the Quran quiz. It's very similar. It's in fact the same app. The same quiz as the app. There's also the question and answer forum. So if you have any questions, you can click on here, ask the question. You don't have to be logged in to ask questions. You can be anonymous, and then very shortly you will be answered by the department here. Now I'm going to introduce you to the group learning application. We have catered courses for the whole, across the whole spectrum of the Jamaat. So if you go, but you need to apply for these in order to enroll, in order to join the classes. So if they're all organized in G, Like, so you have G1 is the Quran reading level for, the very beginners, 6 to 12 years Atfal who have just finished their Yasan Quran and then about to start the Holy Quran. G2 is for a little bit more advanced course. G3 is Hifzul Quran lessons for Atfal and Asrat. G4 is in English, is Tilawat improvement mainly for the Lajna. And then G5 is Tilawat improvement in Urdu. So the G4 is in English, G5 is in Urdu, and it's more like a family class, family Quran class. The families can join. G6 is Tilawat improvement lessons in Urdu. G7 is Quran reading level 1 and 2. This is for male and female, for all age groups, for all adults. And then finally G8 is the Tarjumatul Quran in Urdu. It's a very popular course. And to apply for this course, you simply apply here, where it says apply here, and then you can apply for yourself or for your children. Now, in organizing these classes, we need teachers. We're always looking for teachers, and you can apply for the teacher registration by going to itka.org.uk, which is in fact an international website. You can click on the teacher registration and just fill in a very simple form, and then you have to upload your video, and sorry, your audio, so we can assess your teacher capability. And that's it. I think we have come to the end of the presentation. I now hand back to you, to Hafiz Saab.
Okay, Jazakallah. Thank you so much, Dabir Saib, for a great presentation, giving us the brief, the detailed overview about our website and our YouTube channel. So next is Waqf RC program. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, as you can see here, the holy picture of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih al-Khamis, Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasr al-Aziz, and National Majlis Amila Mulakat, virtual Mulakat with Huzur Aqdas on 17th January 2021, in which His Holiness instructed that first you should concentrate on the Amla members of all the central organizations, Khodam, Ansar, Lajna, and then regional and local Amla members, and then others. If they participate in this Waqf Arzi scheme, then others will follow them. So this was the directive of Huzur Aqdas. So basically, you may remember that in 2020, we promoted Waqf Arzi scheme, and through emails and posters and text that we were given at that time in 2020, 1,000 Waqf Arzi to be produced in UK Jamaat. So we started our work. Then there was a pandemic, COVID-19, and physical Waqf Arzi delegates, they were stopped. But now we are under to comply with this instruction, the recent instruction, which were given just 6-7 weeks ago. We are now introducing the virtual Waqf Arzi scheme 2021. So our target is the same, 1,000 Waqf Arzi, and the application will be taken online, and this is our website, the website with just the Dabir Sahib mentioned about that, the same ahmadiyya.uk/nqc/Waqf Arzi, where you can fill in the form. This is just takes only less than 1 minute, and you can fill in the form. The period of Waqf Arzi is 2 weeks to 6 weeks, but you can split 2 weeks into 2 blocks as well. So if you want week 1, for example, in March, and week 1 or 2, you can do that maybe in September or November, but we should be informed. And maximum the 6 weeks, and 2 weeks to 6 weeks, these are basically according to the instruction and the guideline given by the founder of Waqf Arzi scheme, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Salis Rahimahullah Ta'ala. Mode of Waqf Arzi, as I know, I told you that currently virtual Waqf Arzi via Zoom, using electronic media, and place of waqf is provided by Department of Talimul-Quran Waqf Farsi. As soon as we receive a Waqf Farsi application, we will process and then we will send you virtually to a outside Jamaat. And I tell you that by the grace of Allah, over 100 applications have been received so far. And as I mentioned that the directive was to us was that you start from National Amla and then auxiliary organization Khudam Sar Lachna. So by the grace of Allah, some regional amirs, some national secretaries, they are taking part in this Waqf Farsi. Some have completed that and some are on the way. And similarly, from other organizations, they are taking part. And even respected Amir Sahib has put his name first, and he's starting his Waqf Farsi from 22nd March to 29th for 1 week, and then he will do that 1 week too in another time. So, so that will be over 100 applications have been received, and around 45 we have already delegated to different Jamaats. So applications from Ansar and Khuddam will do their Waqf Farsi duties in cooperation with the local president, means the Jamaat president. A Lajna devotee shall complete her Waqf Farsi in local Lajna president, in the cooperation of local Lajna and regional Lajna president. So by the grace of Allah, our sisters are also going to Waqf Farsi in different regions, and I know that nearly 10, I think the 40 have signed up so far, but under 10 they have been sent. Some husband and wife also going together as well. So husband is working with the male Jamaat members, and his wife is doing Waqf Farsi with the cooperation of the local Lajna president and regional Lajna president. So this is the form which I was talking. It takes only less than 1 minute. So we have chalked out 11 tasks which you have to do that one. So first of all is the intention. The devotee is encouraged to pay sadaqah before the start of his waqf. So basically, as soon as you intend to do Waqf Farsi, you fill in the form. Your first task is you to give sadaqah, and then you write a letter to Huzur Aqdas for the prayers. So this is basically a part of your intention, and your reward meter starts the time you fill in the form, pay the sadaqah, and you write for prayer. So next is Zikr Ilahi. So Zikr Ilahi does not mean that you specially go to that place and then you do that. Yes, definitely that. But as soon as you fill in the form and you present yourself for Waqf Farsi, your more attention and concentration towards Zikr Ilahi starts, and especially in the period of Waqf. So the devotee shall spend his or her time in intense prayers, remembrance of Allah, Zikr Ilahi, Istighfar, and also daily try to offer daily tahajjud prayer and the morning recitation Qur'an al-Fajr, which is very, very important after namaz. So tafaqquh fi deen, to increase the knowledge about the Holy Quran, about the books of the promised Messiah, about the saying of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, altogether basically enhancing the level of knowledge. So we are recommending some books of the promised Messiah. At least you have to complete one book of the promised Messiah. The Will is one of them, The Victory of Islam, or Haqiqatul Wahi. So whatever, that is important. And at the same time, this is a great time for you to make your digital library. We have a download section in our website as well. And we have, when a person starts Waqf Farsi, we give a download link in Google, and where you can find Waqf Farsi pack, in which the books are there, the report form is there, to teach the Holy Quran, to learn the Holy Quran, the split word translation, the commentary, all material is available there. So you can make your own digital library. Waqf Farsi Talks 4 is that, as you know, that the main focal point after self-reformation is to promote the Talimul-Quran. And Talimul-Quran, the Salat classes, which we have done right now, we can give you that presentation as well. And all the presentations which we have prepared, they are available in our website. So you can use that for tarjuma, for talaffuz, for Salat classes, or any other topic, because the Quran is a great book of knowledge and inspiration. And whatever your profession is, that you will find some detail, some guidance, very, very great guidance in the Holy Quran. You can make your own presentation based on your expertise. And then you can present to increase the level of knowledge in your assigned Jamaat. So Waqf-e-Arzi task 5 is Al-Wasiyat. Al-Wasiyat has a great connection with the Talimul-Quran and especially the Waqf-e-Arzi. And Hazrat Khalifatul Masih al-Khamis also mentioned, and Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Thalis Rahimahullah categorically made this connection that Al-Wasiyat and Waqf-e-Arzi, they have to do this one. And he delivered a special khutbah in 1966 that about this one. So Waqf-e-Arzi will endeavor to encourage the local Jamaat members to join the blessed scheme of Al-Wasiyat. First, he or she herself will make sure that he is Waqf-e-Arzi and part of the Musi, meaning part of the institution of the Wasiyat. And if he has not done so far, so this is the right time to become a part of this blessed scheme, and also to invite others to be part of that one. So that is a good, and also the reading the Wasiyat, be the part of the Wasiyat and invite others to be part of the Al-Wasiyat system. Then we have Tarbiyat number 6. The Waqf-e-Arzi will encourage local Jamaat members to increase the attendance of the 5 daily congregational prayers, Tilawat Quran, meaning morning Quran al-Fajr, or after Durus, in homes, mosques, Salat centers as appropriate, according to, as you know, we have the relaxed environment now, and it is by the grace of Allah increasingly becoming relaxed, inshallah. So according to we can exercise this one. So the devotee should also remind the members to listen to the Friday sermons of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Aziz live, regularly live, or if for any reason Jamaat members, the assigned Jamaat members or any Jamaat member is not able to listen live for any commitment, work commitment, or any other reason, then make sure that as soon as possible, in the earliest possible opportunity, there should be listened to, and also other programs of MTA. Number 7 is promoting Waqf-e-Arzi scheme. He will promote Waqf-e-Arzi scheme, particularly among the local Jamaat members in which he has been assigned, and the minimum target for a devotee to get at least 2 filled-in application forms from the assigned Jamaat. For example, if you are assigned to a Jamaat, so motivate them to be part of this scheme so that we can complete 1,000 target at least. So 2 forms from Waqf-e-Arzi. If it is more, it will be very, very good, but at least 2, that is your target. Like, you know, the target of Bath, this is the target of to produce Waqf-e-Arzi in that Jamaat. So then number 10 is Tabligh activities. So you see the Talimul-Quran is a great way, or the Holy Quran is a great way of Tabligh. So Jamaat members to use their social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram, promote the message of true Islam, Ahmadiyyat, and to highlight our humanitarian endeavors. So using hashtags, Messiah has come, Al-Islam, love for all, Khalifa of Messiah, or true Islam, all these things, you know, any extracts from the promised Messiah or the Khulafa or the Holy Quran or the saying about the Holy Quran, about the Tarbiyat, Tabligh, anything, you know, to promote the Ilmul Kalam of Hazrat Masih Maud Wasalam through these small extracts on social media, that will be a part of Tabligh, and you should do that. And then number 9 is Iyada. It is very important that we should also look after elderly and sick people of the community. to banish their loneliness. And Quran says, "Qulu linnasi husna," just a courteous phone call to such person who are elderly, or they are ill, or looking after their needs, or just words for comfort is a great way of rewarding in the sight of Allah, and has a great way to come closer to the people in different areas. That will be good. And definitely male members will communicate with the male members, and the Lajna members, Lajna devotees will phone or communicate with the Lajna members. That should be clarified. And then number 10 is offering virtual help. If you are computer literate, you can offer your help to the president, and even everybody can phone, because if you follow, if the list is given for 10 people, you have to chase up for their budget, for their promises of Tariq Eid, Waqf Jadid, or Ramadan is coming. So anything which is required virtually, so you can offer that one as well. Okay. And basically this virtual Waqf Arzi is done in the evening, and especially in the cooperation of the local president and also the regional Murabbi Sahab. When you are assigned a Jamaat, for example, you are assigned a Jamaat in Glasgow, so the local Jamaat president, you should contact with them. They will also contact you, and with the cooperation of the regional Murabbi Sahab at that time and the local president, you make a virtual program that I will attend local body meeting, meeting, general body meeting as well, Majlis-e-Amla, any Tarbiyat program, any Waqf-e-No program, anything which they are running, or especially you can create your own programs under this banner. And the final one is number 11, and that is activity report. So activity report, progress report is very, very important. On daily basis, a Waqf Arzi, a devotee, will maintain a daily journal of Waqf duties based on the 10 tasks list as above, and the report form should be submitted online within 1 week after completion of Waqf Arzi, and that is the link ahmadiyya.uk/NQC, and you can submit your report. And the report which we are getting from completed Waqf Arzi is very, very encouraging and stimulating and motivating, where people use their time in the best possible manner, and there were great results, and a good reciprocating activities took place in that Jamaat. And even I tell you that those who completed their Waqf Arzi, they said that what is the next available? I have done that one, so please book me for another week in that month. So that is the the great inspiration on both sides. So I hope that who are listening to me, either you are from Khudam or Ansar or Lajna or a local Amla members or national Amla members, please fill in the form, sign up for Waqf Arzi and present yourself, and take the blessings of this holy directive, blessed directive of Huzur Aqdas, and be the recipient of Allah's great blessings and bounties. Jazakumullah, thank you so much. And now,
Murabbi Sahab here. Murabbi Sahab, you can unmute yourself.
I know that. I give back to Regional Amir Sahib to proceed further. Please.
Jazakallah, we've got Naseem Bhadia Sahab on, who is going to read on Rabbi. He's going to basically give closing comments and lead us into Salam prayer. Jazakallah. Bhadia Sahab, please unmute yourself and continue.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So, can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Yes.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillah, the Talimul-Quran department arranged a beautiful program for our region. For this, I would like to thank Hafiz Fazil Rabbi Sahib and his team. And we also thank Allah the Almighty that He provided us this opportunity. I heard few points in this class. There was how to read, recite the words of the Salat, how to recite the Holy Quran, and then of course now Officer was telling about the importance of Akfiarzi. So all these things are very important for an Ahmadi Muslim, because Hazrat, we have accepted the promised Messiah, peace be upon him, who is the reformer of the latter days. And he said that I have come to revive the teaching of Islam. And the teaching of Islam is based on the Holy Quran. And by the grace of Allah, Ahmadis have already established in the world that by the grace of Allah, they are the great scholars of Islam. Once one of the opponents of the Ahmadiyya Jamaat, Mullah Zafar Ali Khan Sahib, said to his own people, he said that you cannot compete Mirza Bishruddin Mahmud Ahmad Sahib because he has the Holy Quran and he has such muballigh or the preachers or missionaries who know the Quran and they are spreading the Holy Quran in the world. So how can you compete with Mirza Bishruddin Mahmud Ahmad Sahib and his Jamaat? And that he meant the Ahmadiyya Jamaat. So now we have to keep up the same position of the Ahmadiyya Jamaat. And Ahmadis, by the grace of Allah, should always be such people that wherever they are sitting, they know more Quran than anybody else. The Holy Prophet ﷺ once said, I would like to present one hadith of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. He said that, Majtama qawmun fi baitin min buyutillahi, yatluna kitaballahi, yatadarasunahu bainahum, illa nazalat alayhim as-sakina, wa ghashiyatuhum ar-rahma, wa hafathum al-malaika, wa zakarahum Allah fi man indah. And this hadith is in the book of Muslim, very authentic hadith. Hazrat Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala reports that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, when the people gather in one of the houses of Allah, that is mosques, to recite the book of Allah and teach it to each other, tranquility and peace descend upon the gathering. Allah's mercy covers them. Angels spread their wings over them, and Allah mentions them among those who are around him. So what a great blessing is for those people who learn the Holy Quran and teach it to others. And also, as it is mentioned here, we should come to the mosques for the prayer in congregation. And in the prayer in congregation also, the Holy Quran is recited. And then we should also take part in the dars wherever we have. In these days, Huzur has instructed that in every mosque, after the Fajr prayer, there should be dars of the Holy Quran. Then it should be recorded and sent to all families. So Alhamdulillah, this is being done. I would like to remind everyone who are listening that please make sure that you receive this. You can contact your president if you are not receiving it, because all the presidents are getting this. The other thing is that whenever Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Khamis Sayyidullah Ta'ala bin Sayyid is asked, how can we establish our relationship with Allah the Almighty? He always says, first of all, be regular in your 5 daily prayers. And then second, he says that recite the Holy Quran with understanding, with translation, and act upon it. And thirdly, you should have strong relationship with the Khalifa of the time. And for that purpose, we should listen to the Khutbah Jama of Hazrat Amir al-Mu'minin regularly and take notes of that. In fact, every Khutbah Jama is tafsir or commentary of the Holy Quran. In this way, we should listen to it. And another thing which Huzur said that we should recite Durood on the Holy Prophet as much as possible. These are the ways that we can establish a relationship with Allah the Almighty. And of course, another thing is being follower of the Promised Messiah, peace be upon him. We should read the books of the Promised Messiah, peace be upon him, because in the books of the Promised Messiah, we'll get the tafsir of the Holy Quran. And there is no other place where we can get the right interpretation of the Holy Quran other than the books of the Prophet Messiah, peace be upon him. May Allah enable us to do so. Jazakumullah jaza. May Allah bless all of you who have taken part in this program, and may Allah bless all the organizers as well. So now please join me in this silent prayer. Ameen. Allahumma ameen.
Amin.
Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi.
Wa alaikum salam.